If you know much about Melbourne, you know that it is a very student-friendly city, very cosmopolitan. It's got a large international population. People from all over the world come to Melbourne, and it's got a cool music scene. It's got lots of art, sports, and of course, lots of students. We have many universities in this area, and many students choose to live either in the city of Melbourne or in the surrounding areas, especially near where we are, out in more of the nature spaces. So La Trobe University is not enormous. It is about 26,000 students here on the Bundoora campus, and another 8,000 to 10,000 students on our other campuses as well. We are in the top 1% of universities worldwide, and we focus very heavily on preparing students for their future careers. So getting you ready to go out into the workplace with all the skills that you need, both those skills for interacting with other people on your team, working together in a network, as well as doing those hands-on practical skills, whether it's business, working at the stock exchange, working in a pharmacy, working in any sort of organization. So we're really aiming to have you study and learn practical skills at the same time. Our international student body is about 8,000 students, and those students are from all over the world. We try not to focus too much on one or two big countries. We try to keep a very diverse population. So that's why I'm thrilled to be talking to all of you today to encourage more students from around the world to come to La Trobe University. Now, where are those campuses? So you'll see in the top left here, with kind of the southeast area. You probably already know Sydney and Melbourne as big cities here in the southeast of Australia. Melbourne is down in the southern part of this map, and you'll see one called City and one called Melbourne. The city is the downtown business district campus, office space, and that's for our postgraduate students typically studying business fields. The Melbourne campus is about 20 kilometers north. It's an easy ride on the train or the bus, and our students typically walk right down to the train station, and you're into the city in about half an hour. We also have some regional campuses where our students are making a lot more industry connections out in the rural areas. So you'll see a number of regional campuses listed here, as well as one campus in Sydney. So again, that's more of a city campus, and that's more for specific coursework. So it really depends in terms of where you can study that. The regional campuses are quite a bit smaller. We have a lot fewer students. The Melbourne campus is many more students. That's our primary campus. In terms of the courses that we offer, we start off with English and foundation programs through our partner La Trobe College Australia. La Trobe College is located right in the center of our campus. So our students who are coming here to build up their English or build up their academic skills are integrated into the university right from the start. We also offer bachelor's degrees, and of course you can do an honors degree or combine 2 bachelor's degrees to get a lot more interest in marketing yourself after you graduate. We offer master's degrees either by coursework or by research. Master's degree by coursework is your typical master's degree where you're studying classes, and the master's by research is more similar to a PhD program where you're doing a lot more research, you've got a supervisor, and you're doing a little bit higher level work there. The PhD, of course, is a research degree where you're going to spend a few years doing your research and coming out with a publication. Just to give you a little view of campus, this is our campus in the springtime. This is what we call the International Garden. And this is how campus looks right now. The flowers are starting to bloom. There is greenery everywhere. In terms of our study areas, these are the major academic fields that we focus on. We are very strong in many of these areas: business, health, law, criminology, education and teaching. And again, we try to give you those practical skills so that if you're here studying education and teaching, by the time you graduate, you are in a school teaching students and you are completely ready for that skill and that technique. The health sciences are one of our biggest areas. They're most popular here at La Trobe. Health sciences means anything that's not a doctor. So it could be nursing, it could be physiotherapy, it could be a sports therapist working with athletes. So we do focus a lot on our sports and health areas here. But as you can see, we've got a whole list of academic areas that we like to focus on. These are some of our popular programs in the undergraduate space. So you can see we do have business programs, and these are very specific ones: digital business or business analytics. We do a lot of work with AI, or artificial intelligence, and cyber. So if you're interested in cybersecurity, for example, that is a very popular field right now, and it's expected to grow. Of course, our biomedicine and health sciences, as I said, are very popular, as well as law and criminology. Now, for our entry requirements, they're very similar to many other universities. You will have an academic requirement and your English proficiency for almost every degree that you want to study. In the undergraduate space, you might have specific prerequisites, and that would be specific classes that you needed to take in secondary school, maybe maths or science. You may have some other requirements depending on what you plan to study. Sometimes for an arts degree, you might need a portfolio. So just keep that in mind and check your entry requirements carefully. In the postgraduate space, sometimes students are required to have a little bit of work experience. You may need to conduct an interview for your degree. And if you're doing a postgraduate research program, you often need the research experience as well. So you'll just double check those entry requirements for whichever degree you plan to study. Now, I'll show you here the relevant dates for this time of year, what we're looking at. So the semesters are typically, semester 1 is from late February until June, and semester 2 is from July until November. That's typical for all Australian universities. So our semesters are more aligned with the calendar year. So if you've looked at other parts of the world, if you've looked at the Northern Hemisphere in the US or in Europe, the semesters are switched. So here in Australia, we do follow the calendar year from February through November. We also have our summer sessions. Summer in Australia is from November to February. So that's winter in the Northern Hemisphere as well. So we use those summer and winter terms to give our students a few weeks or a month of extra time to study. At La Trobe, we've also brought in these terms. So a term is more like a quarter. It breaks the semester into different parts, and it gives students the option to study 2 courses in a term as opposed to 4 courses in a semester. So you can see in semester 2, for example, term 4 was from July to September, and term 5 was from September to October. That gives students the option to either add a few classes that they need or to get a head start before they begin the new semester. Of course, we offer you all kinds of student support once you arrive here. We do some pre-departure orientations, but also once you get to La Trobe, we're going to be here to support you in all different ways, whether that's your accommodation, your academics, advising, getting you ready for a career. So we'll teach you how to write a CV in an Australian style, help you do some practice interviews, get you ready for really getting into the field of work that you're interested in. And if there's any reason that you need some extra counseling or some mental health support, we offer lots of that. In my office over the last few weeks, we've had puppies visiting. And so we've had students come in and just spend some time playing with puppy dogs, which has been a wonderful way to just break some of the stress and relax and have a little bit of fun. Now, a lot of students are interested in our scholarships, and here at La Trobe, we offer very generous scholarships. For all students across the board, our international scholarships could be 20, 25, or 30% on your tuition fees each year. Now, those are automatically assessed. You don't have to do a separate application for these. We will automatically assess based on your academic merit. So based on the grade point average that you have or your academic scores, we will assess you for an international scholarship. And most students do receive these scholarships. They're available for both undergraduate and postgraduate. So no matter what you're studying, we will try to award you a scholarship, excuse me. So just to wrap up a little bit, La Trobe is really working hard to get our students career ready, and you'll see this quite a bit. Many universities are talking about this. We want you to be able to study something practical and then go out in the world and do a job. So at La Trobe, you've got great academic professors. They really are trying to keep up with what's happening in the world. So as I was talking about earlier, for example, intelligence, those are careers right now. Trying to keep up with that industry and teach you those skills so you can get a job when you graduate. In that same idea, we're doing what's called work integrated learning. So WIL, and these are opportunities for you to go out into the industry while you're still studying and get some really good experience in the work field. So all of our career ideas, I'm more than happy to connect with anybody who's interested. You've got all of our social media. You can always contact me if you have additional questions. Thank you.